The Cowgirls were victorious with a 70-37 victory over Northeastern State, but their slow start leaves a lot to improve on before their first game on November 9th against Arkansas State. For Orange Nation Sports, I'm Tara Christopher.
The legend says that if you touch these letters on the third floor of Alpha Chi, then Annie just might make you her next victim.
The OSU skeet shooting team has had a lot of success, but it's a lot harder than people may think. The Cowboys remain one win away from being bowl eligible with just 3 games left in the regular season. For O State TV, I'm Tara Christopher.
Most OSU Greek life members' worst fears include pumping fines, paying their dues late, and living in a house with 70 other people. For the men of Phi Delta Theta, they fear something much spookier than any of these things. This is because they have an unwanted visitor lurking the halls of their fraternity house. She's known as the ghost of Alpha Chi Annie. Legend says that Annie was a freshman Alpha Chi in the 1970s who hanged herself in one of the closets for some unknown reason. Today, Phi Delta now occupies Alpha Chi's old house where Annie ended her life. But there's more to the myth that lingers in the Greek community. Not only does Annie haunt Phi Delta Theta's fraternity house, but Alpha Chi Omegas believe that her spirit now roams the halls of their sorority house. Alpha Chi sophomore Cameron Martinez shares her experiences with the ghost.
We were in my room and we were standing across the room, and we have closets on the other side, and there was a poster board and a roll of tulle that came falling out of the top of the closet.
Alpha Chis have many theories about Annie from the 70s that they still believe today. The legend says that if you touch these letters on the third floor of Alpha Chi, then Annie just might make you her next victim. So now the question these sorority and fraternity members want to know is if ghosts really exist or if the fear is all in their heads. Paranormal investigator Joe Nickel describes his findings of ghostly existence after years of investigation.
Not only have I never found a single case that I thought was proof of a ghost, neither has science.
If you still choose to believe in ghosts, then know that you're not alone. Experts believe ghosts are the most common paranormal belief in the world, and as many as half of all Americans believe in them. In the end, it's up to you to determine if ghosts are made up or if science doesn't have the technology to detect them. But if you still choose to be scared, then science says it's all in your head. For Pete's Corner, I'm Tara Christopher. The Cowgirls face the Northeastern State Riverhawks on Sunday inside Gallagher-Iba Arena. Both teams had a slow start, leading to a 10-9 score in favor of the Cowgirls at the end of the first quarter. However, it didn't take much longer for the Cowgirls to start finding ways to score. Sophomore Vivian Gray led the charge in the second quarter en route to her 18-point performance. Gray shot 38% from the field on 13 attempts. Sophomore Braxton Millard followed Gray in scoring. She scored 16 points and was 47% from the field on 15 attempts. Miller managed to make a crucial three-pointer to give the Cowgirls a 32-20 lead going into the half. The second half was a turnaround for the Cowgirls as they went on to outscore the Riverhawks 38-17. Contributing to the second half scoring was Cassidy DeLapp, who was able to get some easy baskets in the paint. DeLapp finished with 10 points, shooting 50% from the field. The Cowgirls pulled the game out of reach in the fourth quarter by shooting 50% from the field and allowing only 6 points for the Hawks.
The Cowgirls were victorious with a 70-37 victory over Northeastern State, but their slow start leaves a lot to improve on before their first game on November 9th against Arkansas State. For Orange Nation Sports, I'm Tara Christopher.
The Oklahoma State Cowboys and Oklahoma Sooners will get together in Norman this weekend for their annual Bedlam football game.
OSU enters the game 2-4 in conference play, and they'll need to find a way to come back after their tough loss against Baylor last Saturday. Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy discusses how his team will take on Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray.
I mean, you're going to have to try to rally to defend everything, and then you got to take care of him secondary. And when you are trying to defend a player that's that active, it's not always easy.
The Sooners enter the game as first in the Big 12 and are ranked number 6 after a 51-46 victory over Texas Tech. Although OU presents better numbers than OSU, they know Bedlam is never an easy win. Oklahoma head coach Lincoln Riley shares his thoughts on OSU's star player Justice Hill as his team prepares for the big game.
And, I think offensively, it starts with Justice Hill. I've got a tremendous amount of respect for him. We've had a lot of battles against him over the years. He's a tremendous football player, easily one of the best running backs in the country.
Hill is expected to be utilized more this game in order for the Cowboys to have a shot at taking down the Sooners. The Cowboys' last Bedlam win came in 2014 when they defeated the Sooners in overtime in Norman.
The Cowboys remain 1 win away from being bowl eligible with just 3 games left in the regular season. For O State TV, I'm Tara Christopher.